The harvesting of oranges is a critical stage in their journey from the orchard to our tables, and the methods employed can vary significantly depending on factors such as the scale of the operation, the variety of orange, the terrain of the orchard, and the availability of labor and technology. Traditionally, a large proportion of oranges were harvested manually, a labor-intensive process that requires skilled workers to identify ripe fruit and carefully detach them from the trees. In manual harvesting, workers typically use tools like clippers or shears to cut the stem of the orange close to the fruit, avoiding damage to both the orange and the tree. For some varieties, a gentle twisting and pulling motion is sufficient to detach the fruit. Workers often use ladders to reach higher branches and may employ picking bags or harnesses to carry the harvested oranges. The key in manual harvesting is selectivity, allowing pickers to choose only the ripe fruit and leave the rest to mature further. This method is particularly important for oranges destined for the fresh market, where appearance and quality are paramount. Careful handling during manual harvesting minimizes bruising and other damage, ensuring the fruit reaches consumers in optimal condition. However, the increasing costs and scarcity of agricultural labor have driven the development and adoption of mechanical harvesting methods in many regions, particularly for oranges intended for processing into juice. Mechanical harvesting aims to increase efficiency and reduce labor costs, although it often comes with trade-offs in terms of fruit quality and the potential for damage to the trees. One common mechanical harvesting technique involves the use of tree shakers. These machines attach to the trunk or major limbs of the orange tree and vibrate them vigorously, causing the ripe fruit to fall onto catching frames or tarps spread beneath the tree. The harvested oranges are then collected and transported for processing. While tree shakers can harvest a large quantity of fruit quickly, they are less selective than manual harvesting and may also dislodge unripe or damaged fruit. Additionally, the shaking action can sometimes cause stress or damage to the trees, especially with repeated use. Another type of mechanical harvester employs rotating tines or brushes that move through the canopy of the tree, knocking off the ripe oranges. These machines are often tractor-mounted and can harvest rows of trees more rapidly than manual methods. However, similar to tree shakers, they may also harvest unripe or damaged fruit and can potentially cause some injury to the tree branches and foliage. The efficiency and effectiveness of mechanical harvesting depend on various factors, including the variety of orange. Some varieties are easier to shake or strip than others. The architecture of the trees, uniform tree size and spacing facilitate mechanical harvesting, and the terrain of the orchard. In some cases, chemical abscission agents are used to loosen the fruit from the trees, making mechanical harvesting more efficient. Regardless of the harvesting method, the timing is crucial. Oranges are non-climacteric fruits, meaning they do not continue to ripen significantly after being picked. Therefore, they must be harvested at their optimal stage of maturity to ensure the best flavor, sweetness, and juice content. Growers use various indicators to determine the right time to harvest, including the color of the peel, the firmness of the fruit, and internal quality measurements such as the sugar-acid ratio of the juice. In some cases, a few sample fruits are tasted to assess ripeness before the entire orchard is harvested. Post-harvest handling is also a critical part of the process. Once harvested, oranges are typically transported to packing houses where they are cleaned, sorted by size and quality, and then packed into boxes or bags for distribution to retailers or processing plants. Careful handling during this stage is essential to prevent bruising and spoilage, ensuring that the oranges reach consumers in good condition. In summary, the harvesting of oranges is a complex process that blends traditional manual techniques with increasingly advanced mechanical methods, all aimed at efficiently collecting ripe fruit while maintaining quality and minimizing waste.